What up everyone, it's your man XMan87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is an overview and ranking the Marvel Legends Wolverine 50th Anniversary Series, and letting you know which ones that I recommend purchasing that is essential to an X-Men collection. I haven't done a ranking video in a very long time, and I know you guys always told me that you loved when I did those, so I figured let me switch it up. Since I always did them for waves, I'll do it with these 2-packs. I stopped doing them, but it's always nice to go back and revisit some things that I used to do. I'm going to go off of what I needed in my collection and put favorites aside by calling it down the middle, whether one figure is better than the other. But the goal here is to be informative of the product, and then you make your own self-analysis based off what you need in your X-Men collection, going off my recommendations. But before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like, rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's go. Alright guys, let's begin, and if you're new to the channel, just want to let you know that I reviewed all these figures already. They're up on my channel. Be sure to check them out because in case I made any mistakes or I change a rating or two, that's what I do with these ranking videos sometimes is, you know, I'll correct my mistakes, or if I change my mind on a certain figure, I'll change the rating and lay it out for you guys here. So that was one of the good reasons for me in doing videos like this. So at the very bottom, I'm probably going to, for sure, I'm going with Patch and Joe Fixit just because they're not really needed in an X-Men collection. And again, I'm going off of what's needed in an X-Men collection. Now, this is not a bad pack at all. It's good fan service. These two were meant to be together. Where I'm coming from is that I didn't need a Joe Fixit in my X-Men collection. I mean, now I have the option to display a Hulk in my X-Men collection, but really I have no spot for him. So it comes down to that, and if I were going to make a spot for this Joe Fixit, I would have to open up a new shelf. I would have to have a Wolverine themed shelf, which I want to do. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not opposed to that. Or a Hulk shelf, you know? I can do that and have Patch in that Hulk shelf. But before that, I'd rather wait for more Hulk villains like a Bybeast and such to build on, you know, a legit Hulk shelf. So before I go backtracking and buy doubles of some Hulk villains I already have, I just want to make sure that I have enough figures to fill up a good portion on the shelf. Now, I will say the downside to this pack is that it's very pricey for non-existent paint. I mean, these figures are not painted whatsoever. The only paint you get is the hair sculpts on the Hulk, and it's just that blue comic shading. Think about paying $60 for non-existing paint. That's not going to make a lot of people happy, you know? They didn't add any details on the tuxes. It's not like they added gray shading on the wrinkles here, and I'm a fan of gray shading more on white than blue. Just looks more natural to me that way. But I think I went a little too high on the Patch rating. Now, the new sculpt with the suit to keep it consistent with the other Wolverine bucks, I like this sculpt. It's a very, very nice sculpt. But when I think about comparing this to the Logan, you know, I gave this guy an 8 out of 10. I gave this Logan a 7.5 out of 10. This Logan has more paint, sculpt, and details than this figure does. You know, I complained that this the legs had pins here, and this one's pinless. But, you know, pinless is not going to take priority over sculpt, paint, and details. You know, it's just not. As much as I wanted this to be pinless, I mean, look, the sculpted details on the shirt, the sculpt and paint combo on his hairs, on the chest and the arms. Yeah, man, I mean, the details are all there. So I'm going to change this guy's rating from an 8 down to a 7.5, which is what I scored this guy. No, because he has more details. He doesn't know. I'm going to drop him down to a 7. I think that's fair. You know, the details doesn't outweigh this. And so I gave this, now that I changed my mind, I gave this pack as a collective a 7 out of 10. But now that I rated him a 7, I rated him a 6. 7 plus 6, 13. And divide that by 2, 6.5. Okay, so 6.5, it's you know, it's mid. It's okay. And when I give a score of 6 on a figure, that means it's okay. It's not good. It's just okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about giving this guy an 8. I probably know why. I was on that Dr. Feelgood yesterday when I was filming. So, yeah, 7 I think is fair. Joe Fixit, you already know, man, because he was structured as a BAF. He had the poppable arms. You could have given him swappable crossed arms. Big missed opportunity there. And I want to thank you guys that let me know, because I said Joe Fixit is not in scale with the older Hulk figure. You guys reminded me that Joe Fixit is smaller than the Hulk. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why. I always forget that Joe Fixit is smaller than the Hulk. And one thing I forgot to mention in my review when comparing these two side by side, right? Look, Paul Harding sculpted this, and I have sung his praises. I think he's super talented. But my one critique, my one big criticism about him is that he's starting to make face sculpts look the same or different characters look the same. And as you can see with these two Hulks, they look exactly the same. Like, I didn't even bother doing a head swap because to me it just looks the same. Yeah, you could tell a difference, but the expression and all that, it looks the same. And that goes for the upcoming Icarus, Kazar. They all look like that Steve Rogers Captain America. Like, if you look closely, like, it's like they have the same face. Like, Kazar and Icarus look like Steve Rogers, just with long hair. So, I don't know about you, but I don't like different characters looking the same, and he's just making them all look the same. He's got to switch it up. Because how much you want to bet that Hobie Brown head that was included in the Walmart exclusive Prowler figure, how much you want to bet when he makes a T'Challa unmasked head, right? When he makes a T'Challa head, how much you want to bet they're going to look exactly the same? Just keep an eye out for that. And remember I said that. But doing a head swap just to show you the heads don't fit, man. Yeah, it doesn't. This ball peg is just way too big. But even though this doesn't, pop in well, it sits on the head. But as you can see, man, it looks the same. Speaking of pop in heads, someone in the comments, they asked me, because I did a swap with the dark skin tone from the Walmart exclusive pinstripe suit onto this. They wanted to see how the light gray skin looks on the dark pinstripe suit. Here you go, because, it is darker skin tone. That is the neck right there. But it does hide it well. I don't think it's bad, It's going to hide it. If you're doing photos from the front, you're not even going to notice it. The back, pretty gappy, but that's because this head, for some reason, sits higher. This one sits lower, so I'm gonna just swap this here. You can't tell, and my lights are pretty harsh on it, so it's gonna look, the skin tone's gonna look a little bit brighter, but yeah. Anyways, not a necessity, which is why I have to place this last, and it's just good fan service. So it's one of those things that if you really love that comic cover and you're a huge fan of the Hulk and Wolverine, then this is going to be for you and you're going to like it. Coming in third place, I have Lady Mandarin and Ninja Wolverine. And man, oh man, I will say this hurts me putting it at third place, because if you saw my review, this Lady Mandarin is just elite, okay? This is, right now, female figure of the year, okay? This is one of the greatest female Marvel Legends figures ever made, and she is just stunning with an all-new sculpt. Look, man, she's a way better figure than Lilandra. She blows that figure away, and you guys already know this when I broke the figure down in my review, but I gotta call it down the middle and let you guys know what is needed more in an X-Men collection, and Lilandra's needed more than Lady Mandarin, because Lady Mandarin only appeared in 2 issues, and a few issues later in the late 2000s in the New Exiles under Chris Claremont's run. So she's needed for me because this was on my wish list. You guys know I'm a huge Psylocke fan. She's probably my favorite X-Lady. But the fact that a version of this was released before kind of hurts the value on this pack. But you get great accessories for Lady Mandarin. Like, they introduced these new crackle effects. That's awesome. She's got the side blade. She's got alternate hands. She has this really nice alternate head without the white pupils. This is just a beautiful figure, and in my opinion, right now out of all the Marvel Legends figures I got this year, and I pretty much got all of them. This is my favorite Marvel Legends figure of the year so far. Man, she poses so well too. And if you're looking to add more X-villains to your shelf, or if that's all you collect are the X-Men villains, if you want like every single X-Men villain made, yeah, then you're going to want to add Lady Mandarin to that display. God, this figure is so beautiful, and I can't predict what goes on clearance, but if you get a good deal on this pack, I would definitely say get it, because Lady Mandarin is definitely worth it. This ended up being a better buy than Lilandra and the Brood. I still would hold off and not pay full price for it yet. And in second place, Lilandra, Naramani, and Brood Wolverine. And I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself, because I did say the Madripoor Wolverine and Lady Mandarin is the better buy, but the truth is, this is more of the essential buy. You know what I mean? It just sucks to me when a non-essential buy ends up being better than an essential buy, and I'm just conflicted, man. I'm really conflicted, but I have to stick to what I was saying. What is needed in your X-Men collection? And what is needed in my X-Men collection more? And it's Lilandra. And again, like I said, Lady Mandarin was in my wish list, but so was Lilandra. In fact, Lilandra was higher on my wish list than Lady Mandarin, because she has such rich history with not just X-Men, but Marvel Comics lore. She has such rich history with the cosmic universe, Avengers, all that, man. I think I said the only way to really make this more of an essential buy, build more equity behind this pack, is if they come out with the Brood Army Builders, man. Because if we have this Brood Wolverine along with some Broodlings, that would justify it. Now, I'm going to put Lilandra aside here real quick and bring out the beast of the Brood Queen Build-A-Figure. Yeah, as you can see, this is the only pairing I could do with this Brood Wolverine. I have no Broodlings to pair him up with, so, yeah, this is the only one I could do. And as you can see, I got these freaking twisty ties tied up to the Brood Queen bath because I have it hung up on my wall. I didn't want to, you know, untie it, and don't mind that, just ignore that. I know some people say that the Brood Queen bath should get a re-release or reissue, and I was opposed to that because I said, hey man, this is it's perfect. I don't think they gotta update it, they just gotta, reissue it. The sculpt is perfect, but then I'm running into issues where the joints, the legs, they just pop off easily. And, I'm like, oh, maybe they do need to update this because the joints are just not staying put. They just keep falling off when I'm moving them or trying to articulate them up and down. God damn it, see what I mean? So, yeah, I think I did say in my review, if they make one that's a better sculpt or bigger in size, with better articulation, oh yeah, then for sure, do it. I like how this has the articulated mandible, and they did the same for this. So, another reason why it's easier to recreate that cover. They didn't have to waste 2 head sculpts. Would have sucked if it just had 1 head sculpt and he didn't have an open mouth. I forgot how big this Brood Queen bath is, man. It's just, bendable tail. For an update, definitely a bendable tail. That's what they would need for sure. All right, now I'm moving this out. This is taking too much space. Let's get back to Lilandra here. Remember I said that her face was, the tattoo markings on her eyes were hidden under the helmet, and it's not the helmet's fault. I was looking at a few others, Lilandras, right, and I noticed the tattoo eye markings are visible. It's like within the helmet, and the helmet's not hiding it. It's prominent. Mine was definitely a mistake here. It's so hidden, as you can see. So that really sucks for me. I'm gonna try to see if I can get my hands on another one. But, look, the sculpt, it is beautiful. I praise the hell out of the sculpt. The texture, the line work, all of that, is just lacking paint. That's what I'm saying. With Lady Mandarin, the silver just looked better. It was painted on the sculpted lines, I feel like we were robbed of more details on this. And, whoa, hold on a second. What? Oh my god, that's hilarious, bro. They gave her a freaking armored camel toe. Oh my god, no they didn't. Alright, that's a little too much there, Hasbro. Yeah, that's just funny. But hey, more sculpting, I guess, right? But some parts look cheap, like the Quake gauntlets right there. The ceremonial staff is okay. It's not too flimsy. I think the biggest disappointment to me is how small she is. She's a tall woman, and she should have been Lady Mandarin's height. I mean, look at the difference here, man. Yes, she's so short. Still good looking female figure, though, you know. Is she going to be in my top 10 female figures of Marvel Legends for 2024? Absolutely. I see it. I think she will definitely be there. Will she make top 5? I don't think so. One thing for sure is Marvel Legends always kill it with their females. We got a good lineup of females this year. You got Lady Mandarin, Empress Lilandra, Power Princess, Hollow's Eve, and I think we're going to get a lot more that haven't been revealed yet for this year. And I have fun gearing this figure up with some weapons, so if you take the Shi'ar Power Lance from Executioner in the X-Men 97 Wave 2, you know, that's a good option. She's a great fighter, so she uses all sorts of weapons. The Shi'ar lightsabers from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hydra Bob and Deadpool 2-pack. The Shi'ar Empire, they wield lightsabers, blue and red, so it was perfect. And Lilandra is the only Shi'ar that I've seen use an orange lightsaber, so you can give her the one that came with Black Knight in that Cersei 2-pack. So that's what I did right there. That's also an option. I didn't show this before. Anyways, guys, Lilandra is an essential buy, but do you have to pay full price $49.99 in order to get her? No, I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just recommending what is essential and what isn't essential to your X-Men collection. You choose what you want to buy on your own. If you're waiting for clearance, I would say just do that. I don't see this flying off the shelves or selling out online unless Lilandra appears in X-Men 97, because now I'm seeing all the X-Men 97 figures are flying like crazy. Goblin Queen, Storm, Rogue, either they're going up in price or they're not available anymore. Jean Grey, I'm just seeing a bunch of them, and a few others. Oh, Wolverine too. I did see her show up on the X-Men 97 intro, episode 3, so, the popularity there, I'm saying we might see a huge surge spiking the sale increase. And in first place, you already know it was going to be Logan vs. Sabretooth. I mean, this is the most essential buy out of the entire series of the 2-packs. And this Sabretooth on the Omega Red body has been highly demanded by the fans. I love the interchangeable heads and hands they gave him. I love this hand specifically with his finger out, because you can make it look like he's picking his teeth and it makes him look more sadistic. But this is the only pack that I recommend you buying full price, and I'll tell you why. Because we get the best definitive Marvel Legends Sabretooth, and we get the best civilian Logan in Marvel Legends. I mean, we are so close to getting our definitive civilian Logan in Marvel Legends. At least for me, my definitive Logan is him with this shirt, but with the plaid deco. They gotta paint the plaid deco and have a bomber jacket on. Oh man, and with the cowboy hat, or no cowboy hat, whatever. That is my definitive civilian Logan. But without a doubt, man, without a shadow of a doubt, if you were gonna buy one Logan in your collection to display, a civilian Logan in your X-Men collection, it's this one right here. Like I said before, he's got the sculpted hairs and paint lined up with them. And best of all, the freaking Logan movie claws that are the best claws in the line. Just a bunch of details and great ball joint too on this. It's really nice. Having the other Wolverine packs and all the Logan heads it came with definitely added more replay value to this guy, because I can put a Patch head on, because Patch did wear this clothing too. You can see that looks good, right? And then the Madripoor Wolverine, this also looks good. I got the smirk expression on right there. So I did forget to put the X-Men 97 head on here. I just want to see how that looks. And oh, the skin tone is off. My God, he looks orangey. I think we might get an animated civilian Logan one of these days, but I do prefer the cowboy head with the smirk on. He just looks so much better in my opinion. I don't know, man. I do like the brown one though. I keep changing my mind. It's either the smirk or this one, the brown hat or the black hat. Yeah, the Sabretooth is just so sick, man. I still can't get over it. I think the one thing I would have loved is if they added more of the wash on his mane, like the back of the mane. They did it for the front here, but that's it. It should have been all around. Like, come on. You know what I mean? That's my only gripe. And of course, he has pins. They could have retooled this to pinless. So I think that's the only thing this buck needs. But he looks great, and of course, having butterfly joints for Sabretooth is so important to get those lunging poses and all that. That's why he was needed on this buck so bad, and overall, this is just amazing. Like I said, I love the head sculpts. I do love the yelling head. I forgot to compare him to AOA Sabretooth, so here he is next to that one, and I do like the height on this one a little bit more. You can see he's a little bit taller, but I just prefer him on this buck, you know? There's no butterfly joints on this one. I need the poses more than anything. And if you want to see how he looks like swapping the AOA head on it, that looks really good. You're not going to fit the ponytail there. This looks pretty damn good, you know? I would definitely rock this look for some photos. Yeah, this is it. This is my favorite pack out of all of them. I wouldn't steer you the wrong way. This is definitely the one to buy above all. And now to wrap things up, my final rating as a series, I'm rating it a 7 out of 10. A 7 is not a mind-blowing rating like you have to get every pack. It's just an average rating. It's one of those seasonal program fillers that are neat to have to get the ball rolling for other programs and figures slated within the year. You don't need them all, just get what you feel you need in your collection. One of the biggest head scratchers for me in this series is that none of the packs came with an angry or yelling Logan head out of all the Logans, but we get 3 smirking heads, which is just overkill. Like, why, Hasbro? Lady Mandarin and Empress Lalandra are top 10 Legends female figures of 2024, but come with Wolverines that most will skip. Patch and Fix is a pricey fan service set that doesn't offer much to an X-Men display. Sabretooth and Civilian Logan are the best of their previous versions. This overview allowed me to see things more clearly this time around with a double take, as I got to fix some mistakes in my reviews, show some things that I missed the first time, or changing ratings I felt were off, and I just want to be honest with you guys. More importantly, honest with myself, because how can I be honest with you if I'm not honest with myself? So here are my true, honest, genuine feelings about this set. At the end of the day, I think it wasn't structured properly. Now that I look at it, 2 packs weren't needed. You didn't need 4 Wolverines to sell all of these. Instead of 2 packs, it should have been a full Wolverine Bath wave with Joe Fixit as the Bath. We haven't had a Wolverine wave since the 2013 Puck Bath, and he deserved a full wave. They could have just done a 5-figure wave the same they did with Venom Pool, so that it didn't push the consumer. This was too consumer pushy. Lady Mandarin, Lalandra, Sabretooth, and 2 Wolverines as the anchors like Patch, because he has to be paired with Fix-It in some capacity, and the Civilian Logan. Madripoor update not needed, nor a Brood Wolverine at the moment. It's like Hasbro didn't have faith to sell Lalandra or Lady Mandarin solo. Psylocke would sell on her own as she has a big fan base, but they are mismanaging her, locking her up behind multi-packs in her last 2 releases. 3 including this one. The previous ones were the Nimrod 3-pack and the 275 3-pack. Lalandra would have made more sense in a 2-pack with Deathbird. It could still happen if they do the Lalandra with the skimpier sexy outfit I like, and that'll give us her head without the helmet that hopefully can swap onto this new one for a non-helmet look in the armor. Sabretooth would fly off the shelves. Hell, they could have added Silver Fox in the wave for extra X-Men star power. Need a Silver Fox so bad. This may be the only Wolverine 50 Years multi-pack series. I don't know if they're going to make a second wave, but who knows. If I had to make a prediction, I think we'll just get one more multi-pack, and I think this year's PulseCon exclusive will be a Team X 3-pack of Logan, Creed, and Maverick in commemoration of the 50th anniversary. If there is another multi-pack series, then Hasbro needs to add more desirable Wolverine costumes. Check out my Legends Wolverine costume wishlist video to see what some could be. What else? More angry Logan heads, and also not making it feel like hostage packs to overpush the consumer. However, the best route they should take is doing a Wolverine Bath Wave next and stray away from the 2-packs. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of my overview? Hope it helps make your purchasing decisions. Which packs did you get or are getting or passing? Type away and build out what your fantasy Wolverine Bath Wave would be. Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel Legends video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xmanny87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.